It is February. You know what that means? That means we are just a month away from the next AFL season. Time flies, but it flies in a good way sometimes. So if you didn't know, I'm coming to Australia in March. Perth, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Tasmania, and Melbourne again. I'll see you soon. I'll be coming for a big holiday in March, longer than the last two. I came for 2 weeks the last 2 years, but it was less than 2 weeks both times because of the flight time. It's going to be a bit longer this time, so I look forward to seeing the states that I mentioned over the period. Well, not the whole month of March, but a large chunk of March I'll be in Australia, and then hopefully the year after, because there's only 2 more cities after that I have not explored, and that would be Adelaide and Darwin. So hopefully I can do that the year after in 2025. So yeah, I thought I'd make a quick video. I was going to do a ladder prediction video today, but I've not really prepared it. I did a ladder predict a few months ago. That was kind of like a first draft. It's not going to be too much different to that one. It's going to be more formal. I might swap a couple teams round, but more or less that's almost my final ladder, so you might just see that video anyway. But I'm gonna make a second one. I'm just not ready to make it today, unfortunately. But I'll make a couple prediction videos here and there. I've obviously already predicted the flag winner, which is GWS. That is my prediction. I'm gonna stick with it. I just think they've got it in them. Last year, I underestimated them severely, but to be fair, most people did. The vast majority of people had them below the 8 anyway, but I had them really low down, so they proved me wrong. But yeah, it wasn't until halfway through the season that they actually proved people wrong, because they were pretty bad the first half of the season anyway. But they were great after that. They showed that if they could gain some consistency, they could be a Premiership contender, and they almost beat Collingwood at the MCG in the prelims, so they were almost there. So I think this time they'll be ready. I think they'll hit the ground running. I think they should have a good start this time, and I reckon they can go all the way. But I thought I'd use this video just to say I'm back with the AFL content, sort of. As you can see, my last upload December 30th, and that was a compilation of pretty much, yeah, none of that is from this channel. All of that's from my vlogging stuff. So I uploaded this video on like 4 different channels, and I was trying to test where it did best on, and I think it was my second channel I did best on. Anyway, yeah, no proper uploads in a little while. I've done shorts, and I did a live stream for AFL November 17th. So that was a little while ago. So it's been a while since I've been properly uploading content. But we shall be back. Expect at least one ladder predictor. I guess a video about GWS. I guess I'll make a video explaining my reasons. Although I just did that. Maybe I won't do that. Let me know what videos you want. Because obviously this channel is built off prediction videos and reaction videos. But the reaction videos now get blocked, so I can't do them anymore. And the prediction videos, obviously, we got to wait till the season arrives. So there is that. But ladder predictor for sure. And I'll do an each team thing. If you don't know what that is, I've done it a few times. I predict what each team will do in the season. So that's sort of like a fun video to do. But for now, I thought, hey, let's use the opportunity to look at your predictions from my video, predicting the 2024 AFL ladder in 2023. So this should be fun. I think I've looked at these already, but I don't know if I've done them on video. Maybe I have, I just forgot, but I've looked from my videos, I've not done it. So I thought, why not? I must have forgotten them anyway, so regardless. Also, yeah, that's another thing, right? When are these AFL tickets coming out? So look, opening round, yeah, you can buy tickets. I may have bought a ticket for one of them, because I may be in Australia in that week. Round 1, the tickets aren't on sale. The game's a month and a half away. I mean, come on now. You're taking the mick a little bit. It's normally on sale by now, right? Why is it so late? Nothing's on sale yet. I'm not worried about getting tickets particularly, but this one I am worried about. I need to know the on sale date for Carlton Richmond, because I know for a fact it will sell out. So I want to be in Melbourne for that game, but the tickets aren't on sale. Like, there's got to be information, right? On sale. On sale. Ah. Oh. But that's for Mars Stadium. That's for Mars Stadium. But... And that's also... Wait. SCG. That's the SCG. Where's the MCG info? Norwood Oval? Is someone playing there this year? Bro, I am so confused. I'm so confused. Anyway, let's go back to your comments. Actually, round 1 dates usually... was he right? 16th and 19th. Was he right? Yeah, he was. Well, I mean, I don't know why it's 16th and 19th. Because the 19th is a Tuesday, but he got the right weekend. Round 1 will be on March 7th. Well, technically, it's a bit weird having an opening round, but regardless, technically he was right. So these two are right in their own ways. Now he's trying to hide his Richmond hatred by putting them as high as possible. Last year I put Richmond below the 8. I put them 9th, and I put GWS. I put GWS in 17th or something. So everyone just assumed that I just hate Richmond and GWS. I have no comment. I predicted them high this year because I thought they'd do well, but you know, yeah. I still think they'll be at least 10th. I'll tell you that much. Geelong pretty much started preparing 2024 a month before the end of the season with surgeries and management of sore players. It was a year when things like injuries and bad luck went against them more than for them. I guess so. The extra preparation and break gives a slight advantage over the finalists, especially the grand finalists. I'm not saying the Cats will win, but I'd say they could finish top 4 now if they have a good run. Other predictions that are Def, Taxes, and Richmond 9th. See, he has Richmond quite high. A lot of people have him quite low. AFL finals predictions. Qualifying finals. Brisbane v Collingwood. Brisbane by 28. Okay. Sydney to beat Melbourne by 17. Adelaide to beat Gold Coast. This is not Stupid Idiots video. I kind of wish it was now. Gold Coast top... No, wait. Sorry, not top 4. Elimination. Gold Coast in the 8. Gold Coast in the 8? Gold Coast in the 8. Huh? Adelaide by 56. At least the scoreline's realistic. GWS versus Carlton. GWS by 14. Okay, I can get behind that. Collingwood versus Adelaide. Adelaide by 8. Melbourne versus GWS. GWS by 3. Okay, look, I can't see Adelaide winning at the MCG, but then again, they almost won there last year in the regular season, so it's not like they can't do it, but I think it'd be very tough for Adelaide to win there, but you never know. Magic is possible. AFL magic, no, not actually real magic. I don't mean like wizards. Preliminary finals. Brisbane versus GWS. Brisbane by 20. Sydney versus Adelaide. Sydney by 9. Brisbane versus Sydney grand final. Sydney by 7. Look, that grand final is possible. I'll give you that. Gold Coast is a big WTF. But apart from that, I mean, Adelaide winning away at Collingwood, I personally can't see it. But yeah, is that Melbourne out on straight sets 3 years in a row? That is a bold prediction, that is. Can you imagine Melbourne out on straight sets 3 years in a row? Has that ever been done? Has that ever been done? You never know. You never know. Melbourne are quite unpredictable sometimes. Because they can be incredible, but they can also be quite terrible. That rhymes. Right, meme number. So I don't remember these that well, so that's good. Brisbane, Port, GWS, Port Adelaide second. Okay, interesting. GWS, Collingwood, Adelaide, Carlton, Western Bulldogs, Sydney, Richmond. I got Richmond 10th, I think, or 9th. Actually, I got it open there. Where did I put Richmond? I put them 6th. Oh, yeah, I put them quite high. I just remembered that. Yeah, I put Sydney 10th. Maybe I should switch Sydney and Richmond. Because thinking about it, Sydney should really be in the 8, shouldn't they? See, I'm thinking already. This is my first draft. Now I'm just thinking, like, ooh. Because I don't feel like I'm going to switch anything from 11th downwards. I honestly think that will be my ladder prediction. And I don't think I've changed the top 4. So, like, it's this area here that I could switch around. But we shall see. We shall see. yeah, so where have I got? Essendon, Freo, Melbourne. Melbourne in 12th. Geelong 13th. Bold predictions there. St Kilda, Gold Coast. That's more like it rather than an elimination final. Hawthorn, North, West Coast. I think that's probably the bottom four. It could be a different order. I think North will be the best out of these four. I think North will be at least 15th. I think they can do quite well. I think Gold Coast will deteriorate. I think they'll go downwards. I think Hawthorn will be in a similar position. I don't think we'll be last, but I think we'll be in the bottom four. Maybe more wins than last year, though. And I think West Coast would just have another bad year. So, at least I agree with the bottom four. Yeah, this guy just was just saying, you know, have I ever been right? Technically, I almost was. I was 5 points away. I predicted Brisbane Collingwood in the grand final back in Christmas the year before. And I picked the Brisbane flag. So yeah, that's where I went wrong. But you know, it wasn't too bad. I also called Carlton and prelim. So I'm just pointing that out as well. And I also called Collingwood minor premiers. I called Collingwood minor premiers and Carlton prelim in March. So that's almost four things. That's 5 more Brisbane points. I could have got a sweep, or 6 more actually, I think, because they lost by 5, didn't they? After trade period ladder predictions. Okay, so this was it? They're all 3 months ago. Anyway, I'm confusing myself. Brisbane, Collingwood, Melbourne, Carlton. Okay, Melbourne 3rd. Sydney, Adelaide, GWS, Port Adelaide. Okay, a couple people have Port in the 8. I feel like they won't make the 8, but they definitely could, but we'll see. I feel like Port Adelaide's problem is doing it the whole season, because sometimes they can be incredible. Sometimes they can beat anyone. But I feel like over 23 rounds, they deteriorate a little bit towards the end. And if they make the finals, they tend to capitulate. Dogs, Dons, Tigers, Geelong, St Kilda, Hawthorn, North, Fremantle, Gold Coast, West Coast. You know, I said bottom 4 locked in. I feel like Freo bottom 5. Where did I put Freo? Yeah, I put them bottom 5. So, I feel like, you know, I agree with the bottom 5, maybe not in the same order, but I could see, I feel like a lot of people have similar, well, apart from this guy's got Tigers very low down. Collingwood, runner-ups, Brisbane Premiers, so he reckons a rematch with Brisbane winning this time. GWS 3rd, that's where I put them. I should put this tab here. Yes, I put Carlton 4th, which is quite bold. Everyone thinks I'm a Carlton fan already, so might as well add fuel. But I genuinely do think they can make top 4. I feel like they're good enough for that. Melbourne in the top 4. Crows, Carlton, Freo, Hawthorn, Saints, Port, Essendon, Sydney, Geelong, Suns, North, Dogs, Tigers and Eagles. Brownlow, we got some extra predictions. I like this. Andy Brayshaw, Errol Golden, joint winners. How often does the Brownlow have joint winners? That would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Rising Star, Zane Dursma, okay, Coleman, Amos. Interesting. You see, this is very detailed. We'll see if he's right by the end of the season. You're actually insane if you think Fremantle is not coming bottom 2 next year and Sydney will come top 2. It's called a prediction for a reason. Fair enough. Fair enough. Port 2nd and then Premiers. You know, I'll be nice to Billy. I like that as well. Port 2nd and then Premiers if they don't screw up again. We will. I can't even speak. We will see. All respect, mate. I disagree with this one. Fair enough. You know, this guy is a lot more respecting than what's this guy? Are you ever right? Calm down, mates. It's called a prediction for a reason. I should use that line more often, actually. Anytime someone questions any of my predictions, even if it's the worst prediction of all time, I would just say, it's called a prediction for a reason. That's all I need to say. Here's Billy again. Wait, who's this? And I hate this user thing, because like someone makes an account, but there's something wrong with their account, so then their name doesn't pop up. It just comes user this. Because that's not their username. That's just an automated username. And I'm just like, who are you? Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Collingwood, Adelaide, GWS, Carlton. 2 people have Gold Coast in the 8. I need to check it's not the same person. Oh, it is. It is the same person. Right. He separated his predictions. Right. Okay. Port Adelaide, St Kilda, Essendon, Western Bulldogs, Hawthorn, Geelong, Richmond, North, Freo, and West Coast. Interesting. I feel like Dogs are quite low there. Where's everyone else put the Dogs? Bit higher, I presume. No, he's put them 16th. I'm just realising where everyone's putting the Dogs. They aren't that low here. They're 7th here. Interesting. I don't think the Dogs will be that low. I feel like people are seeing something that I'm not. Hawthorn, Geelong below Hawthorn. Bro, I'd love to see that. I would love to see that. But it's probably not happening. Not in 2024. We'll wait a few years, maybe it might happen. Richmond, North, Freo, West Coast. And then this unknown person. Okay, so you got a lot of this. Lions, Pies, D's, GWS. Blues, Power, Crows, Swans, Dogs, Cats, Saints, Hawks, Freo, Bombers, Tigers, Kangaroos, Suns, West Coast. Week 1, Lions beat GWS. Pies beat D's. Blues beat Swans. Power beat Crows. I can see all of those results happening. Week 2, Blues beat GWS. Interesting. Power beat D's. Okay. Lions beat Power in week 3 and Pies beat Blues. Makes sense, I think. I feel like Carlton ran out of steam. They've lost all their energy winning those 2 games. And I can see the Port Adelaide Power losing a prelim again, especially at the Gabba. Although then again, it's usually at home where they capitulate in the finals. So maybe away there might be less pressure on them. Maybe the Lions capitulate. You never know. The Gabba is not invincible. You know, it was last year, but maybe not this year. Who knows? Grand final, Lions beat Pies. Lions 2024 Premier. So 2 people have got a grand final rematch from 2023 with the opposite winner. Silent Hot Dog, Brisbane grand final. Carlton preliminary final. Collingwood 3rd Premier. So 3 people now have got a Collingwood Brisbane grand final. But Silent Hot Dog has Collingwood winning this the 2nd time as well, which could happen. The Giants 4th and getting the prelims. So the top 4 in the prelims, just like 2023. 5th and 6th semi-finalists. 7th and 8th were Adelaide and St Kilda 5th and 6th. So St Kilda to make the semis. I don't think they'll even make the 8, but we shall see. Sydney and Melbourne 7th and 8th, but getting knocked out in week 1. Port Adelaide 9th. Dogs, Essendon, Gold Coast. Hawthorn, Freo, Geelong, North, Richmond, West Coast. You see, in my mind, I can't see Geelong and Richmond being worse than Gold Coast, but I could be wrong. It's called predictions for a reason, alright? They're called predictions for a reason. Obviously, there's always surprises. Things can always happen. This could be completely right. I could be completely right. You never know. That sport, it can be very unpredictable, but yeah, interesting predictions, shall we say. Change it to Sydney versus Brisbane grand final with Adelaide and prelim. Yeah, Billy's very confident. I'm very excited to see how right Billy will be, because he's left 3 comments now. He's very confident with his predictions. Very confident. Collingwood, GWS Premiers. Yes, agreeing with me. I love that. Adelaide, Carlton, Melbourne, Brisbane, Hawthorn in the 8. I did actually, as I said 3 months ago, got a lot of faith in the Hawks there. I've had the same reaction. He's got a lot of faith in the Hawks. He's got a lot of faith in the Hawks to put us in the 8. He's even put Port in the 8. So this is a very bold prediction. Sydney in 9th. Essendon, Saints, Dogs, Freo, North, Geelong, Richmond, Gold Coast and West Coast. I like where you put Gold Coast as well. Hawthorn in the 8. I'd love to see it, but I don't think it will happen, but we shall see. Stranger things have happened. Brisbane, Carlton, GWS, Adelaide, Collingwood 5th, pretty low for them. Melbourne in 6th, Sydney in 7th, Dogs, Port, Essendon, Gold Coast, Hawthorn, St Kilda, Geelong, Freo, Richmond 16th, very low down, and the same bottom 2 as the last 2 years, West Coast and North. Carlton, I laughed. They literally made a prelim. Exactly. and they lost because it was Brisbane at the Gabba, and because they were very tired. Because of Sydney and Melbourne's inaccuracy, Oli, and goal reviews. Okay, mate. No comment. They went on a lag winning streak before that and stacked across all lines of the field. Yeah, they did do that, and they are that. So, yeah, an interesting set of predictions. I'm looking forward to Billy's predictions the most now, because he's very confident. He's replied to other comments disagreeing with other predictions. So I'm very intrigued to see Billy's, especially. Billy's predictions are very interesting, and he's very confident. I know this was 3 months ago now, but I don't think he's changed his mind that much. Okay, but we got to keep an eye on Billy, because I'm very intrigued by how this will all look at the end of the season. Then again, mine could look worse. Look, I put Brisbane first, Collingwood second, Giants, Carlton, Adelaide, Richmond, Melbourne, Bulldogs. I put the Dogs in the 8 with Melbourne. I've got Power and Sydney 9th and 10th. I feel like I would swap Sydney and Richmond, and then put Richmond in 9th, just for the meme. I feel like I'm looking at this thinking, how much is it worth redoing the video? I will redo it because I don't want it to look like this. I want to do an actual how I normally do it. I'm just telling you what my prediction is, and then I'll show you my list. This is just a fun draft. I would put Richmond 9th, Port 10th, put Sydney in 6th, and I'd move the Dogs down, and I'd put Port in the 8. And is that big brain? Maybe that's big brain. I'm looking at the teams below, and who else could be in the 8? Maybe the Saints if they get a run going like last year at the start. But I think 11th seems fair. I was surprised with people putting Port in the 8, but I might put them in the 8 now. Okay, so either Port or Western Bulldogs in 8th. Right, one of those two teams in the 8. Right? And then swap Sydney and Richmond, except swap Sydney and Power. So I want Sydney in 9th, and then swap Richmond and Sydney. Am I making sense? Right, Sydney here, Richmond here, alright? And then Dogs and Power, one's here, one's here. That's what I think I'll be predicting. When I actually list it down and think about it, that's what I think I'll do, but we'll see. Let me know your predictions down below if you want. But I will make a proper prediction video. Give it at some point in February. So at some point between today and the 28th of February, the 29th because it's leap year. At some point between now and then, you will see another prediction video. So, yay! And also tipping, because I'll be in Australia in March. So I'll probably tip her. No, actually, no, I won't. I'll tip in Australia. Tipping's it'll take a minute to do. I do it as a short. That's what I'll probably do. I'll probably do my tips as shorts this year, but I'll do a live stream as well discussing it. Might be do a double video. I think it will work, because shorts are a good way of reaching out to a bigger audience. I've noticed you upload a short, it gets a lot more views than normal video. So if I do tipping videos as shorts, we can grow the channel more. So I think I'll probably do that. But I'll still do the live stream tipping videos that I do anyway. It's just that you see the tips early on in short. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I'm out of breath, and goodbye.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be?